Hello, this is Adrena with VEU Magazine, and I am here with Miss Ashlee A. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Okay, Ashlee A.
Girl, you got it right. Okay.
And it's nice to see you again, because I remember you from the release party with Stormy.
Yes.
I remember you, and then I heard about things you had going on, so we started to talk to you about the show and everything. So before we get into it, tell the viewers about, just give us a little bit of your background, where you're from, and how you got into acting.
Okay, well, I'm from Jackson, Tennessee. Born and raised. I went to college at Tennessee State University in Nashville, Tennessee.
HBCU.
Upon my senior year, my father was killed, unfortunately, and before he was murdered, he decided to take a job with APD. And so we just kind of packed up everything and came on to Atlanta, and the rest is history. But since I've been here, I have worked in many fields. I've been a personal banker. I've tried out for professional cheerleading teams such as the Falcons cheerleaders. I made it to the finals twice. And I kind of dibbed and dabbed in little acting and things like that. I've answered a million casting calls. No call back until this one, but that's okay. I mean, I've been in Atlanta since 2010, and it's 2018, and my first casting call took that long.
That's what it is. It's
Timing is
right.
everything. Yes, definitely.
So, Ready to Love. So, tell us about the show.
Well, it's 20 awesome individuals, male and female, getting together to see what's the issue and why we're not in a relationship. Why are we single? And so, of course, the women outnumber the men, because in Atlanta we have it's a kind of fickle ratio when it comes to men and women. So to say it's 20-1, which is outrageous, but I mean, hey, men have the pick of the litter. And so this show depicted people in their ages from 30 to 50, and it just shows you how we date, how we deal with communication, how we deal with adversities, how we deal with drama, how we deal with the men, how the men deal with the women, what they think and what we think. It was very transparent.
Okay.
And so I think Ready to Love is by far one of the best shows I've ever seen. That's a reality show that depicts healthy relationship and healthy dating. You know, taking the time and understanding. Now, some of it's healthy, some of it is definitely a teaching moment, but this show was not full of the bickering and fighting and drama. It was mature people getting together and really trying to dig and figure out what our problems were. Okay.
And so you said it's 20 men and women. So were these, did you all know any of the people before, or was it
I mean, some people I think knew one another through like entertainment or some things, but no one knew anybody before. When the moment we walked out, it was like lights, camera, action. When we walked out on that patio at the mansion, it started from then. Yeah. It was, we were thrown into the wolves.
Okay. So, and the show originally started back in October, right?
Yes, October 23rd was the first episode. Today is the last episode.
Okay, congratulations.
It's the finale today.
Yes. Exciting. So, looking back over the whole season, what are some of your best moments of the show? And I guess some of your moments that you really learned the most from?
Okay. Well, my best moment that I had, like, the most fun is when our twirl coming in the room. Like, I didn't plan that twirl. It just kind of lived inside of me. I had a little pop in me, so I had to get her out. So I popped in. It was okay. But a really touching moment was on the couch at the cabin, where the girls and I, we really just had a real deal. Shatava was letting Shay know how she felt, and we had a real bonding moment there. And another a real point where I was honest with myself, I think that was my first date. And I was with Mike, Dr. Lexi, Aaron, and Melinda. And so I opened up and I was honest about why I was single and the mistakes that I made in my past that predicted my future. And so the fact of me actually saying it aloud was an emotional point for me, because I've always knew that I had issues, I just never voiced it. So to voice them in front of complete strangers and let them know, hey, I'm vulnerable, I'm ready to love, I love me, and I now know my worth, that was a really learning point and a turning point for me. So that point in the very beginning and at the end, bonding with beautiful women who go through the same thing and we can still respect one another at the end of the day, that gave me hope for friends again. Because I meet so many people say, I don't hang with females. And I don't understand why. It's like I have 6 brothers. I get tired of them, so I need some women, you know, in my life. You know, so it was good to find positive women who had integrity and actual passion and love, and they cared for one another. And I really enjoyed that. This experience was amazing.
Okay, so and you said your first date. So there was like matchmaking being done on the show?
You wouldn't know who you were going on a date with until you got there.
Okay.
So I love the fact that it was kind of secretive.
And then, so after this show, what's next for you? What's next for Ashlee?
Honestly, what's next? I have a company called AA Dimensions. It's AA Dimensions, and we're just gonna hit the ground running with women's empowerment. I want forums. I have apparel. I'm all about the betterment of the woman. And I'm all about unity, and we're finding that self-love so it can exuberate outside. And so, I mean, that's what's next right now.